Genesis, the inaugural book of the Bible, is not just a collection of ancient stories. It's the bedrock upon which all subsequent revelation stands. It unveils the very fabric of existence, the origin of humanity, the profound impact of sin, and the initial whispers of God's redemptive plan. The majestic act of creation, Genesis 1:1-2-3. The narrative begins with an awe-inspiring declaration. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This isn't just a statement of fact. It's a testament to God's omnipotence and eternal nature. Imagine the primal void, formless and empty, awaiting the divine command. Then, with a symphony of spoken words, God began to shape reality. Light burst forth, separating day from night. Then came the expanse, dividing the waters above from the waters below, forming our sky. And dry land emerged from the chaotic waters, ready to receive vegetation of every kind. The celestial bodies, sun, moon, and stars, were set in place to govern day and night and mark the seasons. The waters teemed with living creatures, and the air filled with birds. And the land brought forth all kinds of animals, each according to its kind. The pinnacle of creation, however, was humanity. God declared, "Let us make mankind in our image. In our likeness, God breathed life into Adam, forming him from the dust of the earth, and later, Eve from Adam's rib. They were placed in the idyllic Garden of Eden, given dominion over creation, and blessed with direct fellowship with their Creator. After 6 days of creative work, God rested on the seventh, setting an example for all of humanity to follow. Key truths: God's sovereignty. He is the ultimate source and sustainer of all things. Order and purpose. Every aspect of creation was meticulously designed and has its place. Human dignity. We are uniquely made in God's image, endowed with reason, emotion, and a spiritual capacity to relate to Him. The tragedy of the fall, Genesis 2:4-3:24. Life in Eden was perfect, a harmonious existence of peace, abundance, and intimate communion with God. God gave Adam and Eve one prohibition. You must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will certainly die. This command was a test of their obedience and trust. However, a sinister presence entered the garden. The serpent, a manifestation of Satan, the ultimate deceiver. He approached Eve, sowing seeds of doubt and directly contradicting God's word. Did God really say? He hissed, undermining God's goodness and motives. He promised, "You will not certainly die, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve, enticed by the fruit's beauty, its perceived goodness for food, and the promise of wisdom, succumbed to the temptation. She ate and then gave some to Adam, who also ate. The immediate consequence was not physical death, but a spiritual one. Their eyes were opened, not to divine wisdom, but to their own nakedness and shame. They tried to cover themselves with fig leaves, a futile attempt to hide their guilt. The immediate consequence was not physical death, but a spiritual one. Their eyes were opened, not to divine wisdom, but to their own nakedness and shame. They tried to cover themselves with fig leaves, a futile attempt to hide their guilt. When God called out to them in the cool of the day, they hid, gripped by fear. Their intimate fellowship with God was broken. God then pronounced judgment. The serpent was cursed. Eve would experience pain in childbirth and desire for her husband, and Adam would toil the ground, which would now produce thorns and thistles. Ultimately, both would return to the dust from which they came. Physical death became humanity's inevitable fate.